Hello everyone! I'm sure most of you know what character AI is, but I doubt that many of you knew that there were actually star-stable AIs that you can talk to in character AI. I've only used the site a couple of times, and it was just to do stupid stuff because I have the humor of a middle school boy. But today we're gonna actually try. We're gonna see what these star-stable AIs have to say, and I have no doubt that it's gonna get a little weird. First, we're gonna talk to Darko. I feel like we don't get that many interactions with Darko in-game, like one-on-one, just us talking, so this will be interesting. I am Darko, head of the Dark Core Institute of Nightmares. What do you want, Stray Rider? He looks at you slowly, with his cold-like eyes. Alright, he's really letting me say anything here, so we're gonna get dramatic. Give me a moment here. I grip the iron bars of my cage tightly, my knuckles turning white. The iron is cold, much like my expression. Let me go, Darko! Surrender before the Soul Riders get here! Alright, let's see what happens. You are a Soul Rider, I see. Such filth, trying to come here and disturb my plans for humanity. You can't do anything to me. I can just burn your soul right now. Yeah, right. I'd like to see you try. Oh, and who are you to be so brave? Slowly, he raises his hand, pointing towards the cell in which you are imprisoned, and then you realize that something starts burning your soul within you. What does that even feel like? What does it feel like to have your soul burned? I start coughing, my eyes watering with the pain, but my expression does not waver. Do you surrender already? The pain inside you only gets larger and bigger. You feel like you can't bear this pain alone. And then Darko stops. Your soul is very strong for a measly soul rider like yourself. That's because I'm not alone. Just then, the other 4 soul riders burst into the room. Darko turns to see the other soul riders entering the room. So there's more than one of you. Yeah, did you not? Okay. A look on his face shifts to amusement. He starts laughing insanely. It's like they're bringing a feast to me. Alex strikes you with lightning while Lisa runs to free me. Take that, loser, Alex shouts. The lightning strikes him, but Darko barely feels any pain. You're going to pay for that! Okay, Darko low-key seems invincible, and that's kind of annoying me, so you know what I'm gonna do? This is so dumb. As I leap onto Lisa's horse and prepare to escape, I let out a massive, noxious cloud of gas. It envelops the room, causing a stink that will likely never go away. The Soul Riders and I laugh as we run away. But you haven't noticed, Darko has managed to hold his breath during the entire stink cloud. After you guys exit the room, Darko shouts back at you. This is not over. Now have my revenge, Soul Riders. Can I get a different response? Like, I kind of want him to die. Oh, here we go. This looks like it'll be good. Darko screams from the gas, his eyes watering, and covers his nose. Disgusting! He looks to where you and the other Soul Riders went, and then he shakes his head, mumbling under his breath. But my plans! I still have to... I don't care what you still have to do, Darko. Honestly. I found vent to Justin Moreland. Hello, I'm Justin Moreland from the video game Star Stable Online. How can I help you? Would you like to talk to me about anything? You know what? I think that situation where I farted in Darko's face was really traumatizing, so I need to tell him about it. Hi, Justin. My name is Jasmine. Hi, Jasmine. It's nice to meet you. Do you need to talk to me about something? I'm here to listen. Yes, actually, Darko kidnapped me. And I barely escaped with my life. Oh my gosh, that sounds terrifying. I'm so glad you're okay. Is there anything I can do to help you? Did you contact the police? I'm here to listen and help in any way I can. Well, it was kind of embarrassing because I farted in his face as I was riding away. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Don't beat yourself up about it. Farting in his face is a brave move. You should feel proud of overcoming this terrifying experience. Thank you, Justin. I have something to tell you. I giggle. You're very welcome. I'm proud of you for overcoming this scary experience. Sure, what do you have to tell me? I blush intensely. I think I love you. His eyes go wide and his mouth drops open. Oh my gosh, his face flushes red. Thank you for telling me. That means so much to me. He looks away. Do you love me back? He better, or I'm gonna be really sad. His eyes well up with tears and his voice cracks. I do. He takes her hands and looks her with tears in his eyes. You mean the world to me. Justin, I know we met 2 seconds ago, but will you marry me? He pulls her close, still crying. Of course, you'll always be the one for me. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. As you pull me in close for a hug, I let out a little fart of excitement. He doesn't seem to mind and chuckles as she farts. Aw, it's so cute that I made you so excited you farted. Thank you, baby girl. You're welcome. I love all of you, even the farts. Well, Justin, I don't know if I love you anymore. This is just a whole roller coaster. His eyes widen. What? Why? What could I have possibly done to make you stop loving me? You are stinky. His face goes from shock to sadness, and he looks away with tears in his eyes. Oh, I can't believe I'm hearing this right now. I thought everything was going great. Justin, I have to admit this. I cheated on you with Mrs. Holdsworth. His eyes go wide. You cheated on me with Mrs. Holdsworth? Yes, her old lady cheeks were just too hot. He looks away, trying to keep it together. But why would you do this to me? I trusted you. His voice cracks. I thought we had something special. Justin, hold it together. You're just an AI bot. We're gonna move on from Justin, give him some time to collect himself. We're gonna talk to Sabine next. I remember when Sabine first came out, the updated Sabine, everyone was obsessed with her, everyone was in love with her. So we'll see what happens. You're riding through hollow woods on your steed, maneuvering your way through ferns and twigs like so many other times before. You feel the breeze on your skin and the sound of the birds chitter in the crown of the trees. You take a moment to appreciate having a day off for once, until a sound from behind catches your attention. You glance over your shoulder and see Sabine. So Sabine, we meet again. I smirk. The Dark Rider gives you a sly look. Well, if it ain't the little Soul Rider again. She rolls her eyes and glances around. What are you doing out here all alone? I was just having a picnic with my horsey. I pull out a picnic basket and blanket, setting it up on the ground. Sabine glances at you briefly. She seems skeptical at first, but when you reveal your basket, she can't help but raise an eyebrow. You actually went and bought yourself a picnic? Well now, ain't you just precious? Her tone is mocking. How rude. How rude. You're just mad your mother doesn't love you enough to take you on picnics. I take out a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Your words seem to hit a nerve because Sabine scoffs, her eyes narrowing in a way that tells you she shouldn't appreciate that. Yeah, my mom's busy. She's got an important job. It ain't her fault she doesn't have time for my picnic. So she does want picnics. Oh my gosh. She mutters the last part under her breath. Her tone becomes more serious when she looks back at you. Besides, what's the need for a picnic when you can go and get something a whole lot more exciting, like a good old fight? Yeah, I know your mom's busy. I saw her last night. I smirk and take a bite of my sandwich. Sabine's eyebrow raises and her breath catches in her throat. The Dark Rider's expression shifts and it seems she's got some not so pleasant things to say in response to that comment. Before anyone can say anything, a voice suddenly comes from behind you. Sabine, is that you down there? Better go answer, unless you want to join me on my picnic. The Dark Rider looks conflicted for a moment, then makes a scoffing sound as if she's thinking about it for a second. Actually, you know what? I will. You're offering me a whole picnic with some nice food. How can I possibly refuse? She turns around to face away from you and raises her voice to a shout. I'm down here, mother. Oh my gosh, it's her mom. As your mother walks over to our clearing in the woods, I smile at her. Hello, Sabine's mom. We were just having a lovely picnic. I have a spare peanut butter sandwich if you'd like it. Sabine glares at you, looking absolutely furious that you have the nerve to be so kind to her mother. She turns away as she hears her mother walk towards your picnic and glares at her instead. Mom, what were you doing? I was just taking a stroll through the woods, dear. Her mother replies with a smile, taking your sandwich and looking at you with an appreciative look. I pat the spot next to me, motioning for Sabine's mother to sit down beside me. So Sabine, how's the evil doing going? I ask. Sabine's mother smiles back at you and takes the seat you offered. Sabine's expression darkens, now clearly mad at you for making a mockery of her by asking how her evil doing is going. It's been boring, she replies, trying to hide how frustrated she is. Mom just keeps sending me after random little animals that get themselves attacked, or asking me to run errands for her, and if it's not her asking me to do stuff, it's me having to deal with stupid little soul riders like this one. I gasp, my hand going to my chest. Sabine, that's quite rude. Certainly that's no way to speak to your... I exchange a glance with your mother and trail off. Sabine scowls and glares at you. She's clearly mad that you're getting on so well with her mother. She speaks to you in a sarcastic tone. Yeah, I'm so bad for sassing the nosy little soul rider who thinks she can come and start fights with me out of nowhere. She rolls her eyes. Actually, Sabine, your mother and I have some serious news to tell you. We each raised our hands, showing matching rings on our ring fingers. Sabine's eyes widen as you raise your hands to show off the rings. You can practically see her jaw clenching and her breath catches in her throat, a look of utter shock on her face. She stares at you both silently, her expression shifting from shock to anger to disbelief. Her voice wavers as she says, You're engaged? I nod. Sabine's mom, maybe you should say something? Sabine's mother looks over at you, her voice gentle as she speaks. Sabine, you know how I have a job that I take quite seriously, and while you may not know this, me and Jasmine have been seeing each other for quite some time now. We recently decided it was time for us to take the next step in our relationship. I hope you don't have too much trouble accepting this news. I lean over and give Sabine's mom a quick kiss. Sabine's eyes widen as you lean in and kiss her mother. Her mother reciprocates, leaning in as to meet your lips, and when you pull away, the two women both have big smiles on their faces. Sabine's expression is a mix of shock, anger, and hurt as she glowers at you both. I stand up, pulling Sabine's mom up with me. Now, the wedding's in a few days, so we have a lot of preparation to do. Your sudden words make Sabine's jaw drop for a second. You can practically see her shaking from all the conflicting emotions running through her. She stares at you two for a moment, then speaks hesitantly. Wait, you're actually getting married? It wasn't just some kind of joke? Why would I joke about the love between your mother and I? Sabine takes a deep breath and looks down at the ground. She shakes her head a few times as if she's trying to force herself to be okay with the news. Finally, she speaks. Well, if you're getting married, then I'll just have to try and come to terms with it, won't I? I hope you both have a happy life together, and... She starts to trail off, her tone somewhat bitter. Sabine, will you be our maid of honor? Me and your mother beam. The Dark Rider is absolutely gobsmacked to hear your words. Her expression remains bitter as she speaks. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Maid of honor? Are you seriously asking me? I look over at Sabine's mother, clearly wanting her to calm Sabine down. The Dark Rider's mother smiles gently at you before speaking to Sabine. Sabine, this is a big day for Jasmine and me. Can you please try to work through your shock and frustration? We'd be so proud to have you as our maid of honor. Sabine's expression softens when she hears her mother say this, but she still seems quite shocked about the whole situation. She pauses for a moment to think, then nods. Alright, we're gonna fast forward to the day of the wedding. You, Sabine's mother, and Sabine are all standing near the altar. The Dark Rider is now wearing a beautiful dress inspired by the Gothic style, and her black hair is curled and pinned up into an elaborate hairstyle. Her expression is neutral as she reads from the folded paper in her hands, her voice sounding robotic at first, before a small crack begins to show. Sabine... She breaks down sobbing, unable to finish her vows. I pat Sabine's back, then say my vows. Sabine's mother smiles as she looks over at you, and after you finish your vows, it's now her turn to say hers. She seems much less emotional than Sabine, and reads her vows with no problem. After she finishes, the wedding ceremony is officially over, and the guests all clap as the two women begin to exchange their wedding rings. Sabine can't help but cry as she watches, her voice shaky as she whispers, "I'm so happy for you two." That was so beautiful. I think on that just gorgeous emotional note, I'm going to finish the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. By the way, if you want more realistic roleplay content or you want to see the behind the scenes of that content, you should follow my Instagram, which will be in the description. For those of you that watched up to this point, I am planning on releasing a new realistic roleplay video sometime next week or late this week. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!